Ask and you shall receive. We called for a stipulation for Evolution vs. The Shield Part 2, and we're set to get a no-holds-barred elimination match at Payback. As for Raw, we saw Triple H exercise his executive powers over the Shield in an attempt to take Seth Rollins out, while the Hounds of Justice displayed their ass-kicking powers to make sure that didn't happen. In a game of wits and strength, the Shield bested Evolution on both fronts, and they're looking pretty strong heading into this rematch. Is the quality of this feud following that same strong trend?
If we're calling this a stipulation, then it doesn't do enough for me. I was serious last week when I said I wanted to see War Games, or at least something a little more over the top that'll seem like it'll put an end to the feud itself. Because at this point, it really seems like they're pushing toward doing something else when it comes to the next pay-per-view instead of ending it here at Payback. As far as what happened on Raw, I have to give a lot of credit, give credit where credit is due. Batista did a really good job of being just capable enough to allow Seth Rollins to put on a good show for all of us.
That is not giving credit where it's due. That is not.
That's as far as I'm going.
I think Batista it's scientifically impossible for him to put on a good match. This has been proven in some scientific essays posted by...
Says the Batista fan.
Former Batista fan.
Especially in this current incarnation.
Less ride or die than Brie Bella.
It's a national...
Damn, that was shots fired right there.
Damn. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Jesus.
No, Batista, especially in this current incarnation, he's so fucking frail. He reminds me of Kurt Angle when he went to TNA initially, and how sad I felt for him because he seemed to lose so much body mass when he got off the roids. But anyway, Dean Ambrose on commentary was absolutely amazing. He was so entertaining in all of the stuff that he was saying. And Roman Reigns, can you get any more badass than just saying you sent the general manager to the training room and there's no other mention of him for the rest of the show? I mean, come on now. This dude is fucking amazing. The whole segment itself with them bringing out each member of the Shield and Evolution as different officials and whatnot, it was entertaining, but it didn't do much to me as far as advancing the feud or advancing the storyline that's built around the feud. At this point, I'm just waiting for the Payback match and waiting to see what they can do there, as opposed to actually enjoying any buildup, because they haven't done anything in these past couple of weeks to push forward a storyline besides these two factions hate each other or whatever, or Shield is trying to be on the come up and Evolution is trying to push them back down into their place. I mean, that's the general narrative, and it's been the same every week. So just bring me the match at Payback and let's move on from there.
I had also mentioned the possibility of a War Games match, and when it comes to this no-holds-barred elimination stipulation, I don't like it. I absolutely love it. I feel like they followed up well on the storyline. The elimination setting plays well into what Evolution wants to do. They want to systematically dissect the Shield one by one, and this gives them an opportunity to follow up on that. So not just foreshadow too much into our Payback preview, but I personally believe that a certain tall Samoan is going to get his ass whooped at Payback, which I think will follow up on that well and build something in the future.
Jimmy Uso.
Yes. I don't know if they're tall. Anyway. Roman Reigns is going to get his ass whooped at the pay-per-view. That's what I'm thinking. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that with the elimination dynamic. I'm actually really interested to see that. The no-holds-barred definitely does add something for storyline progression there to lead into the payoff of the feud, which I believe is SummerSlam, and which I also believe is a one-on-one match, ironically enough. So I like the stipulation. The segment on Monday's Raw was very entertaining. So overall, solid segment. I'm excited for the Payback feud. Payback match. I'm excited to see the feud progress forward.
I've never been a doubter of Dean Ambrose's ability on the mic, and I didn't learn anything new. I already knew this guy was amazing on the mic. He was awesome, man. Roman Reigns had a cool few lines there also. Seth Rollins had an amazing match with that broomstick, man. Great stuff. Great segment. I am a little bit, I wouldn't say concerned.
Hell, at this point, he looks like a broomstick.
Yeah, he can't use that. He can't use his friend Diana anymore.
Dirty Diana.
I think this is going to be a good match. The only thing is, like, no holds barred. I mean, how many times have we seen? Hell, the last match they had was basically a no holds barred for the last 10 minutes. So I'm not really excited for the whole stipulation. I know it's silly, but I really want something like War Games. It's outdated, it's old, but I don't care. I have a soft place in my heart for WCW.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose on commentary, so awesome. God forbid if he ever gets hurt, I hope he spends his off time on commentary. I think a certain someone did that a few years ago.
Did?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
You too, Brandon.
I was trying not to name him because I didn't want to, but he was good on commentary.
Yeah, Macho Man did that. You're right.
You spilled my diet soda.
I want you to know I've called the cops.
Anyway, but if he got hurt or something, he should do that. But for the feud itself, even though it's sort of lacking stuff for me, I'm still really excited for this match just because Evolution versus Shield. Now we have a no holds bar. I think everyone can do a lot more, especially Seth Rollins, because I feel like he can add so much more to the match than he did already before on their previous match. But with elimination factor being involved, I think that'll help build Roman Reigns up, even though it sucks that he's the one who's going to get the build up, not Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose. It'll still be interesting to see where they take it. So I'm just really looking forward to this match and can't wait to see it.
Once again, this was another entertaining chapter in the saga known as Evolution versus the Shield. A few of my fellow co-hosts were calling for the return of quote-unquote classic Evolution, and I'd say that we got that on Raw. Triple H used his authority to try and isolate Seth Rollins, and that combined his two roles in WWE. His current position as the boss and his perennial position as an asshole, aka one of the best heels ever. And it also tied into what he was talking about last week when he basically said he had the power to make the Shield, therefore he had the power to break the Shield too. So I like that. And what I liked even more was the fact that the Shield was buying absolutely none of it. The interesting thing is, and I think this is a story of the feud, both groups are battling over supremacy with the adapt or perish concept. Evolution sees that the Shield is strongest as a unit, so they want to take them out one by one. And that's what Charlie was talking about, how they introduced the elimination stipulation onto this match. And then you have on the other side, the Shield has seen Triple H abuse his power a million friggin' times, so they were prepared this time around. And I was too, because as soon as I heard the announcer say for Batista versus Seth Rollins that everyone was banned from ringside except official party, yeah, I knew some shit was about to pop off.
It was one of those interesting things in WWE where they say something they've never said before and you immediately go, yeah, something's going on there.
Yeah. And the Shield, they had devised their plan already. Apparently the story was Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns got their spots on commentary by beating the hell out of Brad Maddox. And he probably found out he got beat up the same time we did, like sitting backstage watching a monitor like, well, damn, they could have at least told me. I'm sure he would have sold the beating just to be on TV again. Haven't seen him in a while.
I mean, hell, are we sure he was even at the event?
Yeah, he's probably back here in America.
He's still recovering from that SmackDown beating Dean Ambrose gave him.
He's here in America eating popcorn and shit, watching the show like, okay, well, I got beat up. Oh, okay, all right. But seriously, on that note, it was hilarious and awesome when one of the commentators asked why Maddox was in the trainer's room and Roman Reigns was like, because I put him there. Certified badass, stamped and approved, signed, sealed, delivered. And I love the brawl between all six guys, and the match itself was pretty good too. Batista has taken a lot of abuse on this show, on this very episode. But one of my sayings is criticize when necessary, but give credit where credit is due. Great showing from both Rollins and Batista. And I'm going to end there. I'm not going to say great showing from Batista, but he's fucking terrible and he's... No. Great showing from Batista in this match. Bam.
I know I give the guy crap, but can we at least allow him the opportunity to come out to his own fucking entrance? I mean, Randy Orton did it. How come Batista got to come out to the generic Line in the Sand song?
Because it's a good song.
Because Batista was serving as a representation of Evolution.
And Randy wasn't?
No, he was official party.
Then why did Triple H come out to Line in the Sand?
He came out to bow down to the king.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
It just got the same freaking opening, I think.
Batista doesn't have his own identity.
I mean, he only has one word in that new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, so...
If he doesn't have his own identity, shouldn't we be okay with that? Shit, we could tell on the show there are not too many Batista fans here.
I don't mind him as long as he's not killing kittens out here.
Oh, he killed one on Raw, didn't he?
And then Roman Reigns promptly rectified the situation by showing him how to do it properly.
I feel like singing that song from the what is it, the ASPCA commercials, "In the Arms of an Angel."
In the arms of an angel.
You know, dog, I just wasn't feeling it.
Where's
man.
that? Somebody
I'm sorry.
McLaughlin.
It was a little pitchy, dog.
Yeah.
Something McLaughlin.
Now I'm gonna be
maybe?
Paula. I like your outfit. I like it.
J-Lo, honey, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it just wasn't for me.
No, the Paula deal was this competition just isn't right for you.
And there's that guy who's like terrible, just terrible.
Absolutely atrocious.
You're not
Sorry.
quite what we're looking for.
Anything more to say on Evolution versus The Shield?
Just for the record, Evolution can never truly return to Classic Evolution because they're actually having a competitive feud.
Interesting there.
And they should wear suits more.